For some reason, I have a habit of creating maps that look like other things. For example, Bay. I thought it was a great idea, and everyone calls it Pants. But Quarry is a map that some people say looks like a Pokeball. So this was a game from it recently, Pokeball or Quarry, and the strategy was insane. Enjoy. This whole group is a group that will have fanboys dreading what is to come. I mean, even at the conclusion of this series, but also upcoming sets, because it is likely, if the favorite wins out on the other side of this group, that the winner of this would face Capoch. And MBL Capoch has been ridiculous historically. They've had so many crazy sets. And then that's not even it, Dash. It's the loser of that series is out. And then the winner of that series would, again, if favorites win out, face someone like Veleza in the decider to qualify.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
What a gauntlet run. Yeah. Well, you deserve it then. Whoever makes it through, well, it deserves to be there, going through players like, the Max,
and a small
MBL, Capoch, and Veleza.
And a small thing I have to say about that is if you make it to the best of sevens in any of the groups and you lose, like the best of seven qualifier, you get a second chance qualifier. So there's 6 separate groups. Right. You make it to the best of 7 and lose. The heartbreak doesn't quite sit in yet. You go up against the other players who lose as well for the final 3 spots. So it's just a struggle because, like, here, if Max doesn't win this series, he is out, right? Next potential matchup, someone like MBL or Max versus, say, Capoch. Whoever loses that is out. So, we're getting ahead of ourselves possibly, as MBL is going to try and lame here on Quarry. I was wondering if he would do it here because they're so close together, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, bringing 2 vills forward. Also found a sheep already that was scouting, so going to send that one home. And I'm not sure that the Max is aware these villagers are coming forward because he was spending his time deer pushing.
Yep.
At least from the center of the map. I just have to tell you that how big of a fan I am of Quarry as a map in general. I'm, of course, always excited to see what new maps come out in Hidden Cup. And I know you've kind of teased them a little bit, the 2 that will join us this year. But Quarry, I think, just makes for such interesting matchups, given the idea to control the center, crack terrain, a little bit of a hill advantage defensively for both players, and funneling units that direction. But these thin wood lines, right, that at any moment could be broken through to make things messy. But take a look at this engagement. No loom here for the Max. Almost loses a villager as he gets pushed off of the wood line. And that's a boar.
Yep, that's a boar.
Unattended. That's a boar.
MBL sees a wood line. He sees a boar. And he has made this very messy from the start. Now, MBL has walled in his vill. But that vill could still die if the tree gets palisaded, and MBL builds the palisade.
He got it first.
Max chops the tree. MBL builds the palisade.
Now the lure. He got the lure.
Max is stealing the boar. MBL houses. MBL's going to run out of wood. The scout goes down for MBL. The boar is chasing.
Oh my goodness. I'm actually so impressed that the Max is getting this back in the end. I mean, the palisade was so clutch by MBL, but then it resets the boar.
This also could be...
oh my goodness.
This could be 2 dead vills for MBL. 2. He's lost his scout. His vills are weaker. Max just needs to make sure he pulls back the weak vill. Yeah, I agreed with you there. Sorry, hard to have like a real order of things here with the cast.
You're good.
But dude, like absolutely, that was well played from Max. And MBL with a Civ that normally plays pretty safe. The melee, they try and bank on advancing up faster, just went for it here. And hasn't gotten fully punished yet, but it did not work out like he had wished.
No, he's even bringing more villagers forward. Attempted gate there by the Max to lock the villagers in and possibly pick up one of these kills. I gotta wonder what the intention of these 2 extra villagers are. Just to fight, I guess, here.
Just to fight. Just to fight. Oh, man, if only one of these guys was Berbers right now.
He gets away with them both!
Yeah. Well, I guess it's also a product of them being, like, so close. If it's a further map, we don't have the initial Vill Rush, of course, in the first place, but if you need 2 more hits and MBL's already halfway home, you just kind of decide you're probably not going to make it, or at the very least, MBL's going to send out 2 new Vills, and MBL's made it 4 now that he's going to, again, pressure with here. What in the world?
What are you doing?
This is MBL, though. He says, Like, this is not something he practiced. I'm sure he just thought, okay, this can give me some control early and make it messy.
Forward barracks. Why not? Why not? It could have gone at home. There's no reason it needed to be there. Just why not?
Okay, so...
Okay, gonna maybe lame some resources. I like this. Lame some resources.
All right. Max wants to wall. He doesn't know the barracks is on the way. All right, here, just quick prediction. How many villagers will MBL have when he clicks up to the feudal age? Because he is really investing a lot here.
28, 29, 28, 29.
I'm going to go 33 here. I think it's going to be insane.
Actually, you're right. He's producing militia. I wasn't even thinking about how much food is about to go into the militia creation. It's gonna be a year until he makes it to the feudal age. But there you have it. First militia on the field. Max gets the scouting information and rushes down a barracks of his own at home, and a villager already getting sniped here by MBL. So once again, looking to make it messy. The Vil kill will be returned though on the other side as the scout ends up going down too. It's 2 militia on the field now. First one goes down, but it's a lot of idle villager time here from the Max. I mean, the efficiency for the Max at this point in the last minute down to 65%. And do we have a trap?
We have a trap. MBL. This is just so crazy. MBL building up an economy next to his opponent. He traps the villager. He's killed more. And Max is making his own militia here. It's actually an interesting detail. So MBL is actually mining gold right now. I think 33 was incorrect. I think we're going to see even more than that. He's mining gold so he can make more militia, which Max is not doing because that is just not something that normally happens here.
I got to wonder, though, as MBL saw, I think those palisade walls starting to come up, if he just cuts production here, right?
Yeah. That's true. That's true. If you notice that your opponent's about to get the walls down, cutting production is the right play. Oh! Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Way too close.
So no more militia to be produced. He can use these villagers, use these militia, I think, to just batter at the walls, make it messy, make your opponent respond. But ultimately, feudal age is on the way here for the Max. So through all of that, was able to click up on 25 villagers.
Yeah.
And has the 2 militia of his own to respond. But in a weird way, this now gives MBL permission to do exactly what he's doing now. He's got 7 villagers working away on deer in the center of the map.
Ooh, I like this, though. Max says, I don't have to stay in my walls with militia. Just deletes his spot, sends the militia out. Now, it's just 2 militia. If it was 3 or if it was 2 militia and the scout, you could probably kill more. But now he gets to finally get over to MBL's base, where he hasn't been the entire game, and try and disrupt the guy.
Yeah, at least get a little information, right? I think scouting this gold is going to be huge. Just to make him aware, okay, I saw a couple of militia be produced, but now I know for sure my opponent is investing more heavily onto gold. Might even get a look at the stone over here as well that MBL is moving on to, which is peculiar on the way to feudal age. So it suggests to me that he wants a tower or 2 possibly with these forward villagers.
Yeah, I mean, MBL's made a mill for 1 deer, which is weird. That tells me that he maybe wants to use those vills to either stonewall or to tower. And Max is going full stonewall. This game will go late. This game will go late if he's going for that many stonewalls. Look at this. He is terrified. He is terrified. He's walling with 10 villagers.
He is terrified, which is crazy because he's the first one to the feudal age.
Yeah, right? I think this is the opponent being his head a little bit right now.
Yeah. You know what I would love to see, though, now? Because you mentioned stonewalls from BL. Like, I 100% want to see him wall the Max in.
Yes, agreed. Do not wall at home if your opponent's doing this.
Yeah, wall right where, I mean, he put the outpost there, but just wall right along this palisade wall on top of it. Secure all of that gold in the middle of the map for yourself.
I agree. Yep, just eco upgrades for Max. I mean, Bohemians are picked here because they have one of the best late game civs, and they also have one of the best civs in a choke point, which is pretty much what this map brings you. There is the side aspect, which you touched on as we were watching villagers box each other. But that, with the really smart players, is going to be outposted, and it's going to be walled as well. And you can see Max now thinking of doing that. So I really hope we get more games from this Dash, because this has been a fun series to watch. It'd be unfortunate to only get 3.
I have to agree, right? And so, yeah, I guess for this game, I'm with the Max fan, if anything, just to get that 4th game and possibly a 5th one, because the series has delivered while it has been quote unquote one-sided as of yet.
I just keep thinking about MBL as a player. he's so unique, dude. I listen to him because everyone's always telling him, dude, practice, practice, practice. Because it's no secret. He's never really been a big practice guy, but he's full-time age right now. You know, he hasn't been in the past, and so that comes with a little bit more expectation. And I heard him say, and believe me, it bothers me so much that he said these words, right? But he goes, he's just on stream. He's like, you know what? He's like, I think practice makes me feel more nervous. Practice is bad.
Whoa,
He's like, if I practice, I feel more nerves. But if I don't practice, I don't feel as nervous because I don't have as much expectation. And I'm just like screaming at my computer, like, bro, like literally the point of practice is to encounter situations. So when it happens in the big moments, you know what's going to happen, right? So anyways,
yes,
that's what he says, right? But like Max didn't practice. Max might have practiced 10 times as much as MBL. You can't account for what just happened here. This eliminates the practice.
That's true.
It makes it so messy that it is now a new situation that you practicers have never encountered. And now it's just going with the flow, which is what MBL does really well.
Yeah, I think that's where I think you're 100% right, actually. Like, and I can see in a number of cases how, you know, MBL's a lack of practice, you know, as we'll call it, because he clearly plays a lot of hours of Age of Empires. But his lack of practice, I think, sometimes can be of benefit, funnily enough, in that sense. However, I will say where I really see it start to hurt him is like in a matchup against a player like Hera. Right, who's just so solid that it doesn't really matter how messy you try and make it. If you have not practiced, you know, to take somebody down who just plays the meta and plays defensively brilliantly, then that's really where you struggle. Let's take a look at the left-hand side, because both players sending villagers out kind of in lockstep with each other, was thinking about the chop through here.
Yeah.
MBL was, but it'll be scouted out in the end by the Max.
So important that you place the outpost here for your Max. You can't stonewall the middle and then have your opponent just chop a tree and then be through. This should lead to some stonewalling behind this, and yeah, he knows now. And MBL will also know. And this will actually make the decision a bit easier for him on what to do. So, I mean, MBL's on stone. This feels like castle territory for him. Now, what do? Do you build the castle forward here, which means you're at the bottom of a hill, or do you build a more defensive castle if you're MBL?
I think it all depends on whether or not I feel like my economy is set up to win the race to the Imperial Edge. It looks like he's thinking castle forward just based on the villagers.
Yeah.
Moving forward themselves. And I think because you're melee, actually, I go castle forward now that I'm thinking about it. Okay. You want to use I think faster Imperial Age timing off of the castle, or even just full Castle Age investment here, right? Drop the castle, maybe a siege workshop behind, and start a battering ram through that wall. Could be a play as well.
I love the fact that castle's in a spot where it can attack the walls and pose a threat. I think that has to happen. What now gets interesting is, I mean, this was a villager fight into militia, into forward castle, into supposedly a fast imp.
It's fast imp by the Max.
Yeah. I mean,
he's dropping monastery and university. He's going straight up to imp.
Yeah. And he can get chemistry while he's on his way to imp with Bohemians to just make bombard cannons to push the castle. He doesn't have a castle of his own. He won't have any army to protect.
Yeah, I take it back to T90. Yeah, I'd like to re-answer your question about where this castle should be. I think it should be placed defensively because clearly it's not going to last very long.
Yeah, I mean, I unfortunately that's not how it works in the game. You can't be like, hey, hold, rewind. I want to remake my decisions.
Yeah. Where's the foreman on this project? I'd like to. Can we halt construction real quick? Let's discuss these plans.
I mean, MBL is idling his TCs though, and he might actually be an imp faster.
That's a good point, right? Melee bonus. There you have it with the click. He's gonna beat the Max up by 5 seconds in the end. We still need to see that chemistry upgrade get clicked. Not enough food in the bank just yet, and in fact is going to prioritize Bowsaw here first for the Max. Yeah. I would like. Did he just delete a monk? He deleted a monk.
He accidentally deleted a monk. I don't know how you accidentally delete a monk there. I'm guessing he tried to delete Palisade. He tried to click a Palisade or a building he had, but 100%. He had the monk selected before and he misclicked whatever he was trying to click.
It was the palisade on the right-hand side. Do you see where that Ville's moonwalking away right now?
Yeah.
That's
the area?
Yeah. I think that was the palisade he's because now he's sending the next monk to get that relic, I think, on the right-hand side. Don't you delete another monk.
Listen, the fact that he hasn't clicked chemistry yet is huge.
It's massive. There it is.
It is. Yeah, it is going to be in a minute after him, so it's still faster than anything MBL can achieve. But MBL knows his opponent will likely be going fast imp, monk, bombard cannons. This is amazing game sense from MBL. Maybe it comes from practice. Maybe it just comes from the sense that he has. But he's got the gold in the middle. He has more villagers. He has more resources collected. He will have more relics. And he is an Imperial Age faster. How on earth has he made this happen?
Yeah, this is an incredible play out of MBL. I do like these houses coming up here by the max, just as like a secondary line of walls.
Agreed.
To kind of make sure that he's a little bit safe in the north at the very least. But with Imperial Age in, we already have a trebuchet on the way. 30 seconds until chemistry is completed here for the max. But of course, we'll expect to see bombard cannon production ramp up once he does get that completed. Gonna need more wood though. The ecos, I mean, both players obviously with fast imp, right, just strapped for economy, but it's 51 villagers to 37. That's the bonus of Malay getting to those extra ages faster. They've just got more villagers on the field.
So the key difference here is going to be bombard cannons against trebs. And if you get to multiple bombard cannons, you can one-shot the trebs. But the trebs can still get those lucky shots on cannons, and the trebs do have more range than monks, whereas the bombard cannons have the same range as the monks, and MBL is already getting redemption. So with the Vil lead that MBL has, it's so impressive how he's actually booming behind this. Advantage MBL until that cannon number gets higher, and MBL's monk control, not something we talk about too much because he doesn't play arena. It's memed that he hates it and all that good stuff, but he will do control groups on his I used to be on his mouse. I think he might have changed it, but he can go up to like 8-9 control groups, like the best of them, and get a lot of conversions here.
So yeah, I see block printing, devotion. Do Malay get redemption?
Yeah, he did get it. He did get it already. So he is going to be prepped to do it. I just don't know if he got Atonement to convert Max's monks. I think he got that too.
He did get Atonement. I saw Atonement come in for sure.
Oh, man. Okay, well, if that's the case, with Karambit Warriors here too, which is not a unit you worry about tossing in against monks.
Oh, I love this play too. Yeah, throw the Karambits in first, find a couple of monk snipes. Yes, you lost a few to conversions, but now they can get converted back. And we see MBL targeting onto a few of the monks as well. He's going to keep rolling forward. TC already went down. We got the bombard cannon already sniped and dealt with. This trebuchet can continue to make quick work of all of the buildings remaining here. The monastery's being targeted. Now Vil's being targeted by the monks. The monks looking for refuge inside the TC. Yeah, I mean, the Max has no space to work with.
He has no space. He's got one TC. He's got no farms anymore. And MBL's 3 town centers behind this. How is there this big of a class difference between these two? We know Max is going to come in a little bit rusty, but we talked about his preparation all week and possibly the lack thereof from MBL. But MBL is playing incredible. He doesn't even need to push right now. He's actually done enough to stabilize, chill, but also can just push and win the game right now if he so wishes to.
He's got the advantage on every front, right? They're equivalent monk techs, but MBL's got 21 military to 10 on the other side. He's got 9 monks to 4. He's got 12 Karambits to 1, just converted the one back that he had lost. And so this is the GG call here from the Max. He taps out in the end, and MBL 3-0 pushes himself forward here in the Hidden Cup 5 qualifiers.
I would just like to remind people what transpired in this game. Vil rush, lame attempt, Vil fight, militia rush into fast imp from both of them. Like Max was probably thinking... Max is probably thinking he could surprise MBL with this because so many players can get surprised by fast imps on the back of such a weird opening. But MBL just said, I'm doing that too, and I'm going to do it better. And that's precisely what happened. That was so... MBL made that look so freaking easy there.
Yeah, and this is why MBL is such an exciting player and why I think so many people should be rooting for him to a degree in this qualifier to make it through, because he's going to he'll make every element of this tournament that much more exciting. Just the gameplay alone will be exciting. The guessing, though, that's going to come from, who is MBL, which one is MBL, is going to be or rather could be so fun, but he's got a couple more rounds he's got to get through to make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, all the NBL fans out there, after seeing this, if NBL ends up qualifying over the next week and a half, you see Vil fighting, you see the type of shenanigans we saw here. NBL confirmed, right? Get used to saying it. NBL confirmed. But maybe don't get too excited about that because, like you said, it looks like Capwatch is probably waiting, and then that's not even it. So,
yeah,
it should be wild.
Things are heating up. Things are heating up.
Really are heating up, dude. And I just want to, again, say congratulations to NBL. But don't get too happy with it, dude. Job's not done. You still got to qualify. And he collected more of pretty much every resource that game. To Max, also salutes go out to him. This guy is not an active age player these days. He doesn't sign up for a lot of events. He did sign up for this one. I really enjoyed his play. Unfortunately, maybe the fact he's not as active was a little evident at times because it was just a little too messy. But I'm still really happy that he played in this, and I hope we see more of the Max in future events.
Yeah. I mean, game 1, game 2 in particular, I think we still saw a lot of what makes, the Max great, right?
Yeah.
This one felt a little bit more like he was back on the back foot the whole time, but also what you kind of expect when you go up against a player like MBO, where he's going to throw strategies at you you've never seen before. The 4-vil forward into militia production in Dark Cage is not something I'm sure the Max was able to practice against before this series.
And I think Max dealt with it pretty well. I also think that game two could have easily been a victory for Max. So it's just NBL in these tiny moments turned this into a 3-0. I don't think the class difference was insane, but being like a half level up on somebody these days is enough for a 3-0, which is wild.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the cast,
GG's,
man.
my friend.
Yeah,
yes, my pleasure. Thank you for entertaining me on such short notice as well to hop on with you.
All good. Yeah, we'll coordinate. Right now, it's a bit tougher because of the games being so sporadic, but we'll coordinate. We'll definitely get some casts in before the main event.
Heck yeah. Sounds good, my friend. Well, cheers to you. Have a good rest of your day. Everybody enjoy the rest of the games over there on T90's stream, and much love, brother. I'll catch you later.
All right, see you around, man.
All right, peace out.
YouTube, hope you enjoyed this one. Dark Age, Militia, Villager Rush into Fast Imperial Age was not something I expected. New meta confirmed. But hey, listen, Quarry or Pokeball and all the other maps that you might be seeing over the next week or two that come up to the channel, these are all included in Hidden Cup 5. And the basic premise in this event, for those that aren't that familiar, is the 16 best players will be playing, and they will be playing on hero names. Now, Hidden Cup 4, you can see some highlights of here. And these were just all heroes or historical characters from the game. Players do not know who they're playing against. We don't know who are watching, and it's this whole big thing. And I can tell you right now that I'm never going to run an event like this again. Or at least I don't think I can match it. The level I've been putting in has been insane. So if you would like to watch this, if you would like to play a part and possibly make some level of Age of Empires 2 history, February 25th through March 3rd is the main event. And that main event will be live streamed on YouTube and Twitch, starting at the times that we have on our screens. But of course, if you can't make it, we'll have the YouTube videos up as well. I just want to say thank you. Thanks for hearing me out on this. And videos every day. Of course, more to come about Hidden Cup and more details on the heroes. Stay tuned and see you soon. And also, if I could go a little bit further, we have a live viewing party happening in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. If you'd like to take a vacation down here, watch the event on March 3rd with a bunch of other Age fans. There will be food, drink, and I will be there as well as some other things, which should be awesome for you. There's a Discord for info and the tickets and info in the description. You can check it out. I'd love to see you. And once again, guys, thanks for the support, and I'll see you soon.